Welcome back, students. The next object that we are going to study is a sphere. Okay, so when we talk about sphere, I would like to hear about the examples of sphere. So just give me examples of a sphere. What can be considered as a sphere? Give me some real life examples. Okay, balls, all right. Earth and planets, very good example. Okay, we can also take water droplets. Okay, there are many things like tennis balls. Then these are the metallic balls. We can take planets also. Okay, these are the examples, real life examples of a sphere. Fine. So let us understand the geometrical shape of this. We have sphere, something like this. It's a solid. It's not just a circle, it's a solid object. It will have a center and it will have a radius. Okay. Now the first thing I want you to understand is the number of surfaces. So tell me, how many surfaces does a sphere have? In a sphere, how many surfaces can we get? Like cone, we have 2 surfaces. Cylinder, we have 3 surfaces. What about a sphere? How many surfaces do we have? Imagine Earth. How many surfaces do we have? Okay. There's only one continuous surface. All right. So there's only one surface, and that is the curved one. In case of Earth, okay, it is only one surface. Some part is covered with land and some part is covered with ocean. That's it. But the surface is same. It has only one surface. All right. So it has only one surface. So that's why we're not going to distinguish it as curved surface and total surface, because it has only one surface. We'll just call it surface area. So the formula for surface area is 4 pi r square. Okay. The formula for surface area of the sphere is 4 pi r square. And unlike the other object, it will have only one formula for area. That is the surface area. There is no total surface area and curved surface area different. It is only surface area. The next thing that we have is the volume. So the volume of sphere is 4/3 pi r cube. This is the formula for volume. Now we are not going to derive any formulae because we will require higher understanding of mathematics to derive these formulas. So we just have to remember the formula as it is. So just remember, a sphere will have only one dimension, that is the radius. If you know the radius, you can very easily calculate the surface area, which is 4 times pi r square, and the volume, which is 4/3 pi r cube. Let's see questions. So we are taking questions from 13.4 now. So in the 13.4, the question is, find the surface area of the sphere of diameter first 21 centimeter. This is actually main question 2, sub question 1, not 2. It is main question 2, sub question 1, where the diameter is 21. Now, since the diameter is 21, we know that for a sphere, we should know the radius of it. So let's find out. Diameter is 21 centimeter. Therefore, radius will be equal to 21/2. Radius will be 21/2. It will be 10.5. All right. So radius is 10.5. Now we have to find out the surface area. So the formula we just studied, surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r square. Okay, let's do this calculation, everyone. Surface area of a sphere is 4 times pi r square. So 4 multiplied by 22/7 multiplied by 10.5 multiplied by 10.5. So since we have r square, so we will multiply 10.5 2 times. 4 into 22/7 multiplied by 10.5 multiplied by 10.5. So 4 multiplied by 22/7. Now that 7 can divide 10.5. It is divisible. So we will get 7 1 the 7 and remainder will be 3. So 35. So 7 5. So we get 1.5. So we just have to multiply these numbers. 4 into 22. Now 4 into 22 will be 88. Okay, we'll multiply this. 4 into 22 will be 88. Then into 1.5 and then into 10.5. Just multiply these numbers and see what is the answer we are getting. So we get 1386 centimeters square as the surface area. So the surface area of the sphere is 1386 centimeters square. So this was the question based on surface area. Let us take a question based on volume. Now, questions based on volume are in the exercise 13.8. So the question is 13.8, question number 1, sub question 2. The question is find the volume of the sphere whose radius is 0.63 meters. Okay. So the question is find the volume of a sphere whose radius is 0.63 meter. That means radius is already given. So just directly write down R is equal to 0.63 meters. R, that is the radius of the sphere, R is equal to 0.63 meters. Since R is 0.63 meter, we can say volume of the sphere is equal to, remember the formula, volume of the sphere, the formula is 4/3 pi r cube. Let's do the calculation here. So 4/3 pi r cube, we just have to substitute the radius. The 4/3 multiplied by 22/7 multiplied by 0.63 multiplied by 0.63 multiplied by 0.63. Okay. Here, since it is cube, we have multiplied by 3 times. So we are going to get large amount of calculation here. But we can divide 63 by 7. Now it was 0.63. And we know that 7, 9 the 63. But there should be 2 digits after the decimal. So it is 0.09. After this 0.09 is also divisible by 3. So from you can divide any number, either 0.09 or 0.63. कोई भी एक number आप 3 से divide कर सकते हो. So let us divide 0.09, so we get 0.03. So these are the numbers we have to multiply. 4 into 22 into 0.03 into 0.63 into 0.63. Now it will take some calculation. So I'm giving you a minute. I want all of you to do it yourself and tell me the answer what you are getting. Multiply these numbers. 4 into 88, sorry, 4 into 22 multiplied by 0.03 multiplied by 0.63 multiplied by 0.63. Just do this. Got it? Anyone? Okay. So Kaustubh has given me the answer. All right. Janvi has also given. Let's see the calculation here. We get the multiplication as the multiplication of all these 5 numbers is 1.0476 meter cube. Okay. 1.0476 0.476 meter cube. All right, but usually we don't write more digits after the decimal. Mostly we just write 2 digits. Okay, तो अगर आप इसको 2 digits में convert कर रहे हो, so what you can do is it is 1.04 and then the third digit is 7. It is more than 5. So you can just round off. You can just round it off by writing it as 1.05. 1.05 कर सकते हैं इसको. So the final answer we can write down is 1.05. That can be done, or even if you put it like this, there is no problem. Okay, but अगर 2 digits में convert करना है तो it will be 1.05. So that's the answer for volume. Volume of sphere is 1.0476 meter cube or 1.05 meter cube approximately. All right. The question we have is 13.4 question 4. The radius of a spherical balloon increases from 7 centimeter to 14 centimeter as air is being pumped into it. Find the ratio of surface areas of the balloon in 2 cases. Now it's a very interesting case here. Okay, there's a balloon which is a spherical balloon. Its initial radius is 7 centimeter. Then we pump some air in it. The radius increases to 14. Okay, and then we have to understand the ratio of the surface area of the balloon in both the cases. The question is simple. The radius is changed from 7 to 14. The radius is doubled up, we can say. So we have to find out the area. How many times the area will increase? Will it be 2 times, 3 times? Just we have to understand how to do that. Okay. So the questions based on ratio are very interesting. Okay. So let us understand this here. We know the radii in both the cases. So the first thing, we'll assume R1 and R2 be the radii of the balloon in 2 cases. Then R1 is 7 and R2 is 14. This is the information that we have. And we have to find the ratio of the surface area of the balloon in 2 cases. So just take the areas in 2 cases and take their ratio. As simple as that. Okay. So you have 2 options. Either you find out the first area in the first case, then you find area in the second case, and you take their ratio. Or you can directly put it this way. Since the formula for surface area is 4 pi r square, so you can simply say ratio of their surface areas in 2 cases will be equal to surface area in the first case upon surface area in the second case. So 4 pi r1 square, that is the surface area when the radius was r1, that is 7, divided by 4 pi r2 square, that is the radius in the second case. So when we write it like this, 4 pi r1 square upon 4 pi r2 square. So here we can cancel this 4 pi in the numerator and in the denominator. Okay, so you're only left with r1 upon r2, and that too again it is squared. So you can say r1 square upon r2 square. Okay, you can also substitute the values. So when we substitute the values, r1 square means 7 into 7, and r2 square means 14 into 14. Okay, so 7 into 7 upon 14 into 14. So you can take 7 1 is 7, and 7 2 is 14. Again 7 1 is 7, 7 2 is 14. So we are left with, in the numerator it is just 1, and in the denominator it is 2 into 2. So it will be 1 upon 4. Okay, so 1 upon 4 is the ratio. So if the volume was 1 in first case, it will become 4 in the second case. So it will increase 4 times. So you can simply say the required ratio of surface area is 1:4. (13.8) question number 10. It says a capsule of medicine is in the shape of a sphere of diameter 3.5 millimeter. How much medicine in millimeter cube is needed to fill this capsule? Now imagine a spherical capsule. Okay, a spherical capsule has diameter 3.5 millimeter. So it's a sphere with diameter 3.5. And as you know, you must be knowing this, in a capsule, it's a cover, and inside that there is a medicine. Okay, same is the case here. So we have to fill this sphere with medicine. So you want to find the medicine in millimeter cube that is needed to be filled in this capsule. So whenever we fill anything, we are calculating the volume. So here, to find how much medicine is required, we'll need to find out the volume of this capsule. So first, we'll just write down the radius. So because they have diameter, we can find radius. So let's solve this one. Write down this. Diameter of the spherical capsule is 3.5 millimeter. Diameter of the spherical capsule is 3.5 millimeters. Therefore, the radius will be 3.5 divided by 2, 3.5 upon 2 millimeter. That will come as 1.75 millimeter. We'll keep all the dimensions in millimeter only. So radius will be 1.75. So this was a simple part. Now to find out the medicine, we simply have to calculate the volume. So let's calculate the volume. So medicine needed for its filling is going to be the volume of the capsule. So that is equal to volume of spherical capsule. Let's solve this now. Medicine needed for its filling is equal to volume of spherical capsule. And since it's a sphere, the formula for volume is going to be 4 upon 3 multiplied by pi r cube. So that's the formula. Let's do the substitution here. So we have it is equal to 4 upon 3 pi r cube. We'll take pi as 22 upon 7. So we have 3 upon 4 multiplied by 22 upon 7. And it is r cube. So we'll write the value is 1.75 3 times. So 1.75 multiplied by 1.75 multiplied by 1.75. Okay. So we have 4 upon 3 multiplied by 22 upon 7 multiplied by 1.75 multiplied by 1.75 multiplied by 1.75. Now we can divide 1.75 by 7 to 7 to the 14. The remainder will be 3 and 7 5 the 35. So we get 0.25 here. Now there is no other number that can be divided because we cannot divide 4, 22 or 1.75 by 3. So there is no further division possible. We simply have to multiply this. So what we have done here is, see this, we multiplied 4 into 22, it became 88. Yeah, that is simple thing. And then 0.25 multiplied by 1.75 multiplied by 1.75. Actually, it's a lengthy calculation. Okay. 88. The first two numbers are simple. 4 into 22 is 88. Multiplied by 0.25 multiplied by 1.75 multiplied by 1.75. So ये जो 0.25 into 1.75 into 1.75 जो है उसका कैलकुलेशन होता है 0.7656. 0.7656. That's what we get. So it is equal to now 22.46 meter cube. Okay. This also includes the division by 3. तो हमने क्या किया अब? We multiplied these two numbers and then we divided it by 3. इन दोनों का मल्टीप्लिकेशन करके 3 से डिवाइड किया तो हमें आंसर मिलेगा 22.46 meter cube. Now remember, whenever there is a question based on sphere, okay, and especially volume of sphere, since it is r cube, so we'll have to do a lot of multiplication in that. Also upon 3 is there, the division will also come. Calculation is slightly more in this exercise. So our final answer will be medicine needed for its filling is 22.46 millimeter cube approx.